Salute. Coming at you with part 2, Jaguar Wright. Fire. I love this woman. She said exactly what she feels. No holding punches. Hit that like button on your way in. Like, share, subscribe. And let's get on with part 2.
I want to know. Because no matter.
You want to know who that is?
No. I want to know how it
His
feels.
first cousin is the man that raised the sheer Christ. Larry. Larry is who raised the sheer Christ. Everything that the sheer became as an artist came from our family, our Christ. And then Charlie. And Thomas is lying at his mama a bunch of people. And now we all gotta sit there and see what happened. There you go. So you were saying it was good to...
No. People still constantly want to do music with you.
Yeah.
How does that feel like being this, on one spectrum, being this person that's fighting for freedom, and then on the other end, still trying to balance and get the music out?
They couldn't compete with me, and then they couldn't compete with my passion for the truth. The thing that hurts me is I have so many producers that have amazing records that they have been not allowed to release because someone paid for them not to. Which is why I walked away the way that I did, because I just wanted them to have a real shot without, when you have a billionaire ex-boyfriend with an axe to grind, and everybody is willing to believe the money and no one's willing to believe the talent. Because at the end of the day, that's where the truth lives. There's the money, there's the talent, and there's what's in between. It's a tug of war. The money. But if you're like me, and you got strong knees, you'll know all you gotta do is dig in. You can pull that back.
Squid.
You gotta know how to fight, and you gotta know how to be strong. You also have to know how to get over heartbreak. You have to know how to let it go. When I talked to Larry about the sheer, I talked to Hot Rod and didn't even know about the gay porn. I'm the one that told them.
Yeah, real quick. I'm gonna say something personal. If you want to take it out, we can take it out. But I'm gonna ask you.
When have I ever asked you to retract anything I say?
Let's go.
That's not finna change that.
You put me on the phone.
That right there. She sound real confident. So if she put shade on your name, where is the paperwork? That's all I'm asking.
It's corrupt.
Yeah.
Dog Pound. And he had said Jaguar Wright was one of the girls you called. Just for whatever. And there was a situation that happened to where some groupies that came through and they needed you to come through and beat you up.
Yeah.
And get down. Were you that type of enforcer back then?
Still am.
Oof.
Even at my age. That's why it's so funny when I hear people online trying to convince people I'm timid or afraid or scared in any way. Because I know all they're trying to do is get me in a cage. Because they know what's going to happen. The grown men, damn near twice my size are afraid of me. Police officers half the time are afraid to arrest me unless they have friends with them. And that's not because I'm doing anything. See, it's not about the size of the dog. It's about the size of the fight in the dog.
Come on then.
And I be the biggest. And that's just what it is. But I've never been the kind to take advantage of whatever it is that God made me. Whatever it is that came out of my bloodline. My family. You know, that's why it's wild, because people really do not want to believe the truth. They just don't.
That's it right there. People just don't want to believe the truth. The truth is the truth. You know what I mean? It's like everything is the opposite. What up is down, and what's down is up. The truth is a lie, and the lie is the truth.
People don't want to believe that someone like me exists. And most of the people out here who know who I actually am think I'm crazy for walking away. I was in peace. Did you hear what he just said? I introduced him as Little Kim's personal producer. He lived in her house. He saw all the clothes that she keeps from getting small, you know, in her closet.
Yeah, that's real. People will say ignorance is bliss. Therefore, they don't have to know the truth. Therefore, they're happy.
African proverb. To not know is bad, but to not what? It's worse. Willful ignorance and willful blindness is what makes it possible for the diddler to do all the things that he's done to not just women, not just men. Children. Jay-Z has too many bad friends.
So if Diddy is the diddler, who is the joker?
The Jigga Man.
Two-Facers. Oh. So wait. So
Two-Face? That's Mary J. Blige.
No. Damn.
No. 50 is the penguin on the dial.
No.
Curtis?
Okay. So you can find him in the club.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. So let me ask you.
Hopefully not.
And what she's saying is not true. She's talking highly on the A-listers. Where's the paperwork at? How come she ain't get paperwork? How come anybody trying to sue her? It just seems strange to me. But let's carry on.
Hello. I got somebody looking for you there. If I know you're tight, Curtis, you gonna fall for one of my niggas real soon. See if you figure out which one.
So,
I had somebody watching your ass the second you came down to the clerk's office. Now, you might have been able to pay everybody down there to get on Facebook and lie about me and say that I was arrested for kidnapping and elderly abuse. Y'all remember when I got arrested and brought here to Dallas Metro, I got extra. What was it, for kidnapping and elderly abuse?
yes.
It was for me being a fugitive.
Oh, yeah, fugitive.
Because DJ Genesis made me a fugitive when she pretended to be Angela Owusu and broke my bond. So that King World and the Bean Team could come in and swoop in online and have me arrested as a fugitive. I was arrested as a fugitive, not for kidnapping. I don't have any of those charges. So why does everybody believe it? Why was it all over Facebook? Why did 50 Cent run around talking to every independent white business owner that I went to and talked to and told them about me wanting to run for mayor? Why did you go and buy them all off, Curtis?
Wait, so you did a PSA on Curtis about him and Soulja Boy
Yeah.
on the cover of
Yeah.
you know. you're kind of poking the bear there.
I'm not poking a bear. I'm saying that he's a stone. And I've spoken to 2 men he's lived in sales with, who you had sex with, Curtis. So, no, I'm not saying allegedly. And you know it.
I'm going to do my Pierce Morgan and say he's not here to defend himself. So
no, and neither is his asshole. I'm over Curtis. I'm over Curtis. Because the only reason he's kissing up to Jay-Z right now, trying to manipulate the circumstances of what's supposed to happen at the Super Bowl. See, Diddy's in jail. Jay-Z's used to having a wingman. You think it's going to be you? Now, everybody knows in the backdrop, Sean Carter, that you promised the South that the next time the Super Bowl came through, it would be a Louisiana affair. And then when Diddy goes and gets into trouble and you need to convince the white people you're still in control, you bring Kendrick Lamar, who we already know you don't like for the way he embarrassed you and Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix. But we also know you got ties in TDE, Sean Carter, and you got a switch on top. I know that. I know that for a fact. Just like why you keep having artists that want to jump off of high places. Shout out to Ab-Soul. What was her name? Amori Joe? That woman threw herself from a control tower and impaled herself with spikes right before she was about to sign the TDE. And her fiance, Ab-Soul, threw himself off the freeway.
I'm gonna open up the panel if y'all want to expound on it after the video.
Grief and survival. Why are all of the artists at TDE so loud? You got some of the best artists in the West there. Why did Kendrick Lamar feel the need to leave and start his own? And why is he able to release more records now that he's not at TDE?
So let me ask you, as you're on this topic.
I'll tell you one thing, Curtis Jackson, you are a setup king. And I promise you this, any little nigga that you're enlisting to go down to New Orleans and start trouble during the Super Bowl, that will stop. That will stop. I'm sick and tired of you. And the truth is, they only like you for your money.
Let me ask you, Jack, on a surface level, you're saying that Kendrick being in the Super Bowl versus, let's say, Wayne, which was like a shoe-in for the city, that in the background, again, we talked about it's a lot more to it than just as simple as, oh, Kendrick's he had a great year.
Social engineering, creating an issue that didn't need to be an issue.
Yeah. Hunger Games, like.
Very Hunger Games. Life imitates art. Art imitates life. I tell you one thing, it's been almost 30 years since Biggie and Tupac were taken from us. That was social engineering at its finest. It got people in line, didn't it?
Without question.
Now you think about Drake right now, and you think about Kendrick Lamar. That's looking about the same as Biggie, Kendrick. Biggie, Kendrick, Tupac, Drake. Think about the comparison. Imagine. Be against the plane. Imagine if the same fate that befell Biggie and Tupac happened to Drake and Kendrick. And as messy as Drake is right now, I can almost bet that there's somebody that wants to turn his faucet off. Because if y'all think Dddy is a mess, Drake, he was being groomed to be next in line. See? What happens when the real details of what happened to Triple X come out? What happens when Jonathan Hay finally starts putting all of the pieces together on why he was putting that home invasion robbery with his daughter? Because he's remembering more now. He's been talking with Truth Is here on YouTube, and he's been saying even more now than he said here. Shout out to Jonathan Hay and your bravery.
Shout out Jonathan Hay. We will get him on the couch soon, because his story is one of those stories that might get lost in Hollywood if he was ever.
Might get lost. He might get lost.
Exactly.
Let's make sure he doesn't.
Yeah, let's pray and protect Jonathan Hay. Jack, let me ask you to kind of put a button on the Piers Morgan situation. He brought you on to speak on Dddy, and it seemed that as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You're saying Dddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter
and jelly? Let's deal with the sandwich.
We asked you this last time, and Piers Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this at all? Do you just feel that they'll make any statement about what's going on?
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day, and she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. He's a criminal. Dddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Dddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Dddy. I'm Love now. It seems like Jay-Z was trying to run away.
Calling that nigga Love and anything that he did love. Brother love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip-hop would take it this far.
Oh, man. It's different now.
These lyrics are all
Show some love and hit that like button.
hitting different right now. There's that artist that people talking about. Father, all kinds of stuff.
So what are your thoughts when you see a Choke Is No Joke on, I forget the shout out the podcast that had him on, but he speaks on.
I wish somebody would choke that joke.
Damn. He tried to exploit the transvestite that was on the Biggie video.
No, he wanted to sell a story that he thought would get him higher subscriptions on YouTube. I don't with Choke because Choke knows the truth. He knows the whole truth and he's not telling it. He ain't no different than Brother Bilal. They're not worried about the truth. They're worried about what they can do to profit from it. That's why I am the way I am. Most people who know me, who ever done work with me, I'm not a money hound. I'm not sitting there, hey, give me this, you better give. No, I only ask people to pay for my time. The truth is free. It should be. Because see, if what I'm doing for money, then there's a motivation. See, the second that I started doing what I'm doing and I knew where I was going with it, I knew I was going to have to divorce myself from all human everything. Because that's how they get you. They get you with the humans, with the family, with the friends, with the money, with the cars, the job. The umbrella package for your retirement. That kidney your mom needs. That liver your daughter has that's failing it. You got to remove yourself from all of that because you can't be influenced by anything. That's why I don't talk money with anyone. That's why I'm so grateful that God brought Odell, because he gives a about the details. I can't. I can only care about the truth. My relationship is with the truth and making sure that the truth gets to where it goes. If I am corruptible in any way, how can I ask anybody to believe me implicitly?
That's right.
And the truth is, if I was down for the fuck shit, I would already be a trillionaire right now. Because the shit that I am and the shit that I can do, the level that I could have gone to, if I was down for the cruelty, well, Jay-Z would be afraid of me because he'd be waiting for me to set him up like he set up everybody else. I'm smarter than all of these people and they know it.
What do you have to lose? Like, what do you have to lose?
My son's legacy. My son died because he was my son.
Can you speak on that?
Sure.
Like, you said it was your son. He died because of your legacy.
Targeted because he was my son.
He
was working on his EP. I bought Philadelphia for him. So he didn't have to sign to a company because I knew what it was going to do. He interned at Rock Nation. And they approached him to sacrifice me. He got caught up in a case. He went into the system. And when he got out, we got to the halfway house, I moved us here. I saw his death when he was 19. I moved up here to stop it, to prevent it, to avoid it. And it happened anyway. And see, that's when I knew that Kanye's mom, Kanye would have never wanted Don today. Not even by natural causes. I was happy when he finally accepted it. Because they sacrifice your loved ones, whether you agree or not. See, sometimes you agree, and they put you in position, you know? But sometimes you disagree. And they take them anyway to show you what the harm is. You know? It's Giovanni. His death is why I do what I do.
That's what I want to ask, Jack. Because that triggered something in you at the time that happened, do you feel he was still with us today, that this crusade you're on.
He's with us right now.
Exactly.
He's walking with me on this every step of the way. I don't understand why people rely on science to disprove God, but won't believe it when they have the evidence in their face. Energy does not die, doesn't dissipate. It only transfers. We don't lose anyone. We lose access to them physically. Spiritually, they're still here. They're still around. See, we don't want to believe in spirituality because spirituality holds us accountable for our choices. We were talking about this a little earlier, about how the devil tricked everybody into believing that he wasn't real so they wouldn't realize they were being possessed by him. See, if it was all you chose it, then there was no one else to blame but me. But you remember there used to be an old saying, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. We don't hear people say that anymore. No, we just hear mental health. Mental health. Mental health. Mental health. Why is it that we live in a spiritual realm filled with nothing but pure magic created by God and we don't want to acknowledge it? Well, why do we not believe that demon possession is real?
Jermaine Dupree said something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He said the reason that R&B isn't as popular as it is anymore is because children are going to church. What is it about the transfer from the spiritual to the secular do you believe that's what made R&B so powerful?
Understand that rhythm and blues was a combination of gospel and soul music. Because soul music has always been around in one form or another. It's just evolved throughout the years. And you got gospel, rhythm and blues. That's what put that together. That's why they made such a big stink about the Ray Charles incorporating gospel sounds into secular music. Because they wanted people to separate the two. This is demon, this is good. The truth is, none of that's real. There is no bad, there is no good. There is what is, and there is what is not. And that's bad. But when you take the spirit that comes from that, and see, in church they preach love, they preach love, they preach love. And God is love. The love that we experience, everything that we do, all of that is just a derivative from the endorphins that come from the relationship with God. It's all there. When you go and you sit in a place and you hear a song sung and it quickens you in your soul and you feel stirred up, how the hell can just a sound coming out of a mouth create all of that? That's God. So when you take God out of society, all you're left with are emotions, impulses, instincts. And that's what we got in music. He's absolutely right. If you take God's love out of something, all you're stuck with is the rudimentary, the forage, golems running around. My precious. But that's what you got.
And now, Jack, you spoke on Chris Morgan saying that you used to be in this world, of the sexual worker world, and you've seen kind of the depravity that the human mind can go to.
You want to know one of the reasons why I was able to put myself in position to get the deal that I got?
Yeah.
Because of my sex work. Yeah, I had just enough dirt on the right person to get me past Hank Shockley, who was blocking me to protect Mary J. Blige's very fragile image.
So let me ask.
Listen to me.
Please.
prostitute and actress meant the same thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute. It's the evolution of.
Yeah.
Look at young Ryan. Look at that girl. Dddy brought me to my womanhood. Dddy, and I just said, baby, you need to work this out. You need to figure this out. As everyone now that she's being named in these roles has now figured out that there's an acting as liar.
Yeah, I'm still
Ray Kelly talking.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on her saying I like to get peed on, and
and that's supposed to be normal.
Yeah, to normalize it for the world at least. I'm like, damn, keep that.
Funny thing is, the 13-year-old girl who R. Kelly peed in her face on that video after having, statutory whatever he had. Well, think about that. That was glorified.
Correct.
That video was everywhere. And now we got girls say, oh, I love it when he pees on me. Yeah. Do you see the evolution?
Yeah, that video the DVD was being sold. Like,
first time I saw it was in a music video.
Damn.
Like every other industry porn. First time I saw Paris Hilton's tape, A Night in Paris, was in the studio. The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being gang raped on camera at Death Row after hours was in the studio. Why would all of this illicit be in a place where music is supposed to be being created, energy? Why would all of that be happening? Why would these things be hitting there before they make it out there to the world? If it wasn't working hand in hand to begin with.
Now, there's a viral video going around where Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are sitting there, and they were on TRL, and Dr. Dre's like, hey.
I don't know why ain't nobody talking about when Carson Daly went to them Dddy parties. Because Carson Daly did go to them Dddy parties. No different than Ashton Kutcher.
Damn. Okay.
No different than Hype Williams. Why don't nobody want to talk about Hype Williams? Usually if I send a shout out at somebody, people start really kicking things up. But it's almost as if Hype is like living under some wheat germ grass under Russell Simmons' ass and body. Why can't, is it time to put Hype Williams on a milk cart?
Melissa Ford just did an interview talking about how Hype Williams brought her out. Now, mind you, she's a video vixen, and it seems like the girls that used to be part of the music videos have stories to tell.
They should. They're all sex workers. Yeah. And if they weren't, they felt like it when they went home. I don't think you'll ever hear about a woman saying that she was assaulted. His thing was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Belly.
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Yeah, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide sex ring?
Because we were talking about this the other day, and I asked you, what is the music industry? I said, what is the birthplace of it? And you told me how it started with the Italians and the Jews.
And the Jews, yeah.
Can you just get, for people who don't know, like, because I've always thought black people started music, just me.
Well, the thing is we did. We were the culture. The Jews and the Italians monetized it. I'm sorry, setting prices. That's why Clarence Avant was so important to the black community in entertainment. Because he was the go-between for the talent to the powers that be. He understood what their objective was, and he knew what his people needed, and he created that balance, which is why Clive Davis hated him so much. See, people don't want to. Did y'all see when they interviewed Dapper Dan about Diddy?
I haven't seen that one. Please.
They ran into.
All right, y'all. Get y'all part 3 tomorrow, man. This is very interesting. I'm opening up the chat if y'all want to come in the chat. And I'll put the link in there so y'all come on a panel. We can expound on it. The link will be in the chat if y'all want to come on a panel and discuss the video. It's real interesting. My bad, pardon me. I had a little minor altercation. I fixed it, bro. I want to come in the chat. Come on the panel. You're more than welcome. You want to come on the panel? If not, man, we'll get the body. Part 3 coming tomorrow. Couple more minutes, I want to come up. Come on up. Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. No, you have to come up. Yeah, let's share some stuff out of here.